All right, what up, y'all? So I'm gonna hop right into it. So today I want to talk about the idea of instilling our worth and our confidence by doing the work and gaining results. So I was thinking about like the idea of we sometimes we lie about certain things, or everyone's lied about, told white lies or whatever about anything, but sometimes we tell lies about our position in life, what we got going on, or what we're doing, and we may embellish or make it seem like it's more than what it is. And the reason for that is because we're not confident in where we are. We have a low self-esteem surrounding our position or whatever it may be. And a lot of times, it comes from a lack of faith, but also or a lack of faith in the idea of knowing where you're going. Like sometimes you could be in a lowly position, whether that be in work or whatever, but have a vision and a mindset that you're moving towards something better. You're just not there yet. But if you're not putting in the daily work to get to that desired destination, then when someone asks you, "Oh, so what have you been doing?" and your job is, I don't know, you're picking up dog poop or something for a living, and that makes you feel a certain type of way about yourself, and they ask you, "So what are you doing?" and you don't want to tell them that you go around picking up dog shit every day, so you start to lie, or you make up a cool name for a person who picks up poop. I'm a dog, excrement technician or someone. You know what I'm saying? Um, but in your mind, you can be thinking, this is where I'm at right now. But I know where I'm trying to go, and I'm gonna get there one day. But if you don't truly believe that, and you're not putting in the daily steps every single day in order to get to that destination, then you know that internally. You know you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you know that you're not doing and taking the steps in order to get to that desired outcome. So if you're not, it's going to be easy for you to be like, well, I'm this and I'm doing this, and we man, because when you're doing the work every day, and you know the work that you're putting in, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks about you. And to me, that's the place that we all need to get to, where we don't give a fuck about what nobody's thinking, what anyone's opinions are. And I'm preaching to the choir because this is hard for me. This is something that I've struggled with my entire life. I've been a people pleaser for a good portion of my life, and this is definitely something where I'm speaking to my own self. And all of these videos on here are me speaking to myself. But yes, if you're not doing the work and you don't have the faith and belief, you might as well go ahead and erase the vision anyway. Because if you can't even have the faith, or if you can't have the work ethic first and foremost to get to any goal in your life, and then on top of that you don't have any faith as well that it will work out in time, that it will come to fruition, then yeah, you might as well erase the goal anyway. But when we start to do the work, when we start to put in action and we start to make things happen around us, nobody can tell us anything. You understand what I'm saying? And that kind of goes back to the idea of proving yourself to yourself, putting yourself in a position where you've been tried by fire, you've tested yourself, you've put yourself through it. So who's gonna tell me who I am for real? Nobody can. Nobody can. Only I know, and God, because that's where I've been dealing. I've been dealing with in that space where I'm putting myself in certain positions and through certain adversities in order to find out who I am. See, the thing that we get messed up is that we know what we like a lot of times. We have a very very firm understanding of the things that we like, but we don't have a very firm understanding of who we are. And what we like and who we are two completely different things. You know what I'm saying? One can be attached to the other. What you like can be attached to who you are. But knowing who you are at the core of your essence, which, believe me, is something that's a lifelong strive. But to get closer to understanding who you are, that's where confidence comes from. That's how you gain confidence in yourself, is by proving yourself to yourself. You know what I'm saying? By putting yourself in positions where, like, and you got to talk to yourself like you're that dude. Like, you got to, or that girl, whatever. Like, you got to talk to yourself in that fashion. Like, motherfucker, can't nobody tell me nothing. Look, this is what I'm doing. I'm really out here. Like, you can't tell me nothing. But we like to revert back, because sometimes we may be doing the work, but we're lacking that faith. And we don't have the faith to say to ourselves, like, to fully see the vision so clearly that nobody can deter you, or your lack of confidence maybe can make you think, well, maybe it's not possible, or whatever. And then we revert back to those old systems that we have, where we got to embellish, and we got to lie, and we got to make things look better than they are. And it's so stupid. It's so stupid, because we're giving our power away. We're giving it away to somebody else. They now have control in that scenario, because now you're beholden to them. You got to make them think that you're doing better than you actually are, when realistically you may be working real hard. You may be in alignment in a lot of ways, but you don't have that faith. So faith is the cornerstone. That's the rock. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some faith, but you got to be doing that work too. So when you start doing that work and you get your faith in order, can't nobody stop you. Can't nobody stop you. And like I said, this is something that I have to remember too. I have to keep this in my mind at all times, because if I don't, I've spent so many times or so much time being in that default setting of allowing people, or not allowing people, but being, just not having confidence, really, is what it is. Just not having confidence in myself and in my vision, because for a lot of my life, I didn't have a real solid vision, because I was so clouded by vices and anxieties and yeah, I've talked about it. All of these negative feelings and thoughts and ways of being were clouded. I couldn't see any sort of bigger vision for my life. Sometimes to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I even see a future at all, and that's a dark and dim place to be. But to grow out of a place like that, and to get to where I am now, and how I feel now, and how I live, and how I move through life now, is only a blessing. But I tend to revert back if I start to lose sight of that faith and that focus, because you better know I'm doing the work. You know what I'm saying? So listen, have faith in yourself, have faith in your vision, have faith in the way that you're moving. But if you're moving incorrectly, then you need to get that in order too. That's important. Get yourself in order, and then move correctly. We're human. We're going to take back steps. It's going to happen. We want to get to a place where we're not continuously taking back steps, where we are making forward progress, and we have a base system, and we have a set of habits that lead us to our desired outcomes. But until we get there, you have to understand that we're going to come with back steps as human beings. That's the nature of the beast. But once you do get that under control, once you do get yourself to a certain place where you're in control of most of your daily habits, where you're tracking what you do every day, when you're moving in a certain manner and interacting in a certain manner, and you have systems in place that you don't really break, until you can get there, understand the back steps. But once you do, know that the work comes next, the work in order to get to that outcome, and then the faith to back it. And then when you get to that point, like I said, nobody's going to be able to tell us shit, period. Nobody's going to be able to tell us anything, because we're already going to know. We know. You don't have to tell. I know. You can't tell me who I am, because I already know. You feel me? So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Once again, I'm gonna be on this. I'm still here, and I'm gonna keep coming. I'm inspired to do so. I said it, so I'm gonna do it. I appreciate y'all once again. Peace.